我告诉你，你必须得养我啊
！30年前他们把我抛弃了，被居委会的王大妈把我捡起来。现在他们老了啊，没人管他们了。他们过来就找我，想让我养他们。
The biological parents cruelly threw their 4-year-old son into a trash bin. Now, plagued by illness, they demand that their son buy them a home for retirement. Otherwise, he is committing a grave act of unfilial behavior and should go to prison. Faced with these shameless parents who came to his door, the man remained firm and said, "Go stay wherever it's cooler." So what exactly happened, and what was the ending? In the video, this elderly woman with a fierce and overbearing face is Mr. Zhang's mother. According to Mr. Zhang, it seemed that he was never loved by his parents when he was little, and he vaguely remembers being beaten and scolded by them every day. When he was 4, his parents used the excuse of taking him out to play and left him beside a trash bin. It was the freezing winter then, and starving, he could only rummage through the trash to find food. Just when he was about to freeze to death, Auntie Wong from the neighborhood committee felt sorry for him and took Mr. Zhang home. But because Auntie Wong's family conditions were average and she also had 2 children, she entrusted him to his current adoptive father and adoptive mother. Even though the adoptive mother's family conditions were average, she treated him like her own child. She not only provided him with food and clothing, but also helped him go to school and start a family. Now Mr. Zhang lives a happy and fulfilling life, but a couple claiming to be his parents showed up at his door, crying and saying they missed him very much, and that they had been looking for him for decades. But that deeply affectionate face left Mr. Zhang speechless. Not to mention that he remembers being abandoned. In these 30 years, he has been living near the place where he was abandoned, and he has never heard of anyone looking for him. Seeing that Mr. Zhang refused to acknowledge them, the couple revealed their true colors. They said they were Mr. Zhang's biological parents, so Mr. Zhang must support them. Not only must he pay a monthly retirement allowance, he must also bring them into his home.
我告诉你，你必须得养我啊！
我没有说是不养你们，我把你们送到养老院去，行不行？30年前他们把我抛弃了，现在他们老了啊，没人管他们了。他们过来就找我，想让我养他们。
The cruel parents threw their son into a trash bin 30 years ago. Now, old and sick with no one to care for them, they found the son they abandoned and demanded that he support them. Faced with these shameless parents, what will the man do? Seeing that Mr. Zhang's attitude of refusing to acknowledge them was firm, these bizarre parents did not stop. Instead, looking fierce, they grabbed Mr. Zhang's clothes and began to threaten him.
我跟你说，你放开行不行啊？你们想干嘛？想干嘛？
我告诉你，你今天养不养老爸老妈？
你们不是我爸，不是我妈，知道吧？
我当时投进去也是没办法，你知道吗？那时候你还很小，你治不得。但是当时我们确实很兴奋，就饭都吃不吃，最起码我把你送出去还能捡一条命。
Seeing that Mr. Zhang still would not be moved, the 2 elders started to play the emotional card again, claiming that when she gave birth to him, the mother almost died from dystocia and was left with a chronic condition. In addition, the family was too poor back then, and they were too young and had no experience raising a child, so they abandoned him. They also said it was to give him a chance to live, and that after abandoning him, they regretted it. They said they went back many times to look for him, but they never found him. Hearing this, Mr. Zhang was almost furious at their shamelessness, because in his memory, the family's conditions were not bad at all. Not wanting to tangle with them any further, Mr. Zhang turned to leave, but the old woman grabbed his arm tightly and refused to let go, and she immediately turned hostile. The 2 of them said that if Mr. Zhang did not support them, they would sue him in court, and they would keep bringing people to cause trouble, letting all his neighbors and co-workers know that he was an unfilial son. They said they had plenty of time anyway, and if Mr. Zhang was not afraid of his wife leaving and his family falling apart, then he should just ignore them. Mr. Zhang never expected them to be this shameless. He could only choose to compromise, saying he could send them to a nursing home. But who would have thought that not only did they refuse directly, they also made even more excessive demands.
我告诉你，你必须得养我啊！
我没有说是不养你们，我把你们送到养老院去，行不行？养老院我们不去啊。
30 years ago, a cruel couple threw their son into a trash bin. Now, in old age, they come to find their son to support them, only to be firmly rejected by their son. So what is the final outcome? Seeing that the 2 elders were truly shameless, Mr. Zhang could only propose sending them to a nursing home, and he said he would cover all the costs for the rest of their lives in the nursing home. But who would have thought that their goal was far more than that?
儿子有孙子，他们也去养老院了。
我不是你儿子，知道吧？
只有孤寡老人才去养老院。
让你养我，你说是养老院嘞，说是养老院，我自个儿不知道养老院在哪是吗？养老院我就是不去。
Then the couple revealed their true purpose, which was to move into Mr. Zhang's home. Not only did they want to help him watch the child, they also wanted to fully enjoy their daughter-in-law's care and live out their later years in comfort. Hearing this, Mr. Zhang was even more furious, saying that being willing to pay for the nursing home was already the utmost kindness, and they should stop being ungrateful.
我把你们送到养老院去我出于良心上过意不去，毕竟你们生了我，对吧？但是事实摆在这里，你们没有养我，
不是你说的算，还是我们说的算？
你看啊，
是我生的。
对，我是你生的，
逃离不了我的责任。
Seeing how shameless they were, Mr. Zhang truly had nothing more to say, and he could only take the chance to leave. But who would have thought he still underestimated their bottom line? While Mr. Zhang was not at home, they went to his home directly, entered without permission, and refused to leave.
现在就天天过来找我是吧？
那你找谁呀？你是我儿子。
Seeing that her son was going to drive them away, the old mother started to shed hypocritical tears again. She even said she could take a step back and not move in, but Mr. Zhang must buy them a home for retirement. But in the face of these vampire-like parents, Mr. Zhang did not give an inch and directly drove them out. Who would have thought that the two elders then found Mr. Zhang's workplace and caused trouble every day?
他真的是你天天到我家里来闹到我公司去闹，我领导同事还有我的领导全部都知道我要不要这个脸
你知道你就好，
我知
道我这个妈就好。
你不是我妈
在程序上面，你就是我儿子。
After saying that, the old woman even cried and knelt down. But this time Mr. Zhang did not soften his heart. Instead, he said he would absolutely not support them. They could sue him in court, but he would also sue them for abandonment. Then we'll see who goes to prison first. If you want me to support you, go stay wherever it's cooler. After saying this, Mr. Zhang completely stopped paying attention to them, turned around, and left. After this matter was posted online, it also sparked heated discussion among netizens, and many said he should not support them.
To be honest, what hurts the most in this matter is not whether to support them or not, but that family affection is treated like a bill that can be cashed out anytime. 30 years ago, they chose to give up. 30 years later, they stand on the high ground of the identity of biological parents and demand repayment. They keep saying they had no choice and that it was for the child's good. But if it really was for the child's good, why did they never truly look for him in those 30 years? If they truly felt guilty, why was the first thing they talked about when they showed up not making amends but money, a home, and retirement? And Mr. Zhang's choice also stings many people. Some think he is cold-blooded and does not care about filial piety. Others believe that filial piety should not be built on abandonment, and it should not be achieved through threats, making trouble, and moral kidnapping. What does biological really mean? Is it a blood relationship or a responsibility to raise and nurture? When parents first give up the duty of being parents, do children still have to bear every price of being children? If it were you, between family affection, conscience, and dignity, what would you choose? You're welcome to share your thoughts in the comments.